future has arrived! Vergil Ortiz!
Fight fans, welcome back.
I proved everyone wrong that said that I'm washed, I can't fight at 154, I can't go the distance. I read all those comments. All of that fueled me.
Shots wisely. That's a stiff, hard jab that Bunker lost.
He's telling everybody, don't sleep on Madrimov. Madrimov is a career-long junior middleweight with great amateur experience, with power. Like, this guy's got it.
Two fighters thrust together through circumstance. Another firefight filling out an undercard packed with headline attractions. One man carrying the confidence of an unblemished slate.
We got the superstar right here.
The other reveling in the reality of pushing a pound-for-pound king to the wire.
Israil just was a strong opponent.
He got a chin on him. He's tough as shit.
A considered assassin of few words.
He wants to apply power.
Facing an intense whirlwind. Buzzing with energy.
Vergil Ortiz Jr.
Serious business right here. He's coming after everybody.
I think Madrimov, potentially behind Terrence Crawford, is the best guy in this division, and it's a very tough division. I'm very high on Madrimov.
Rolling the dice of risk weighed against reward.
Oh.
The Uzbekistan dream is ready to face a banger so devastating, he becomes a nightmare for his victims. This is a closer look at Vergil Ortiz Jr. versus Israil Madrimov. Welcome to a Motivedia presentation. In August 2024, Vergil Ortiz Jr. had an unfamiliar experience. He went the distance for the first time.
These are two bangers. Vergil Ortiz against Sergey Bohachuk. 45 wins between these two guys. 44 of them.
Right hand to the temple.
Have come by knockout.
And now the interim WBC Super Welterweight Champion.
You had three different options that you could have chose from for this fight. What made you pick Ortiz?
This is a tough test that we have to get past to open up the doors.
In the high 70s.
To get the bigger fights.
I think my weight division now best, really. Zulu Crawford.
Whatever he say is right.
And Fundora. My goal, 4 belts. My goal is to stay absolute world champion in this weight division.
You know, whoa, that was a great right hand by Bohachuk.
Bohachuk's greatest talent. He's got a motor that never stops.
See, right now, what I see Bohachuk doing is he's applying pressure.
After 36 minutes of hellacious combat, which saw him twice visit the canvas, Ortiz was just about able to deal with the physicality of Bohachuk.
I'm feeling him. He is not strong.
Wow, great right hook to the body.
I don't feel this in the fight. He's not very stronger boxer.
Digging deep.
And coming back.
Whoa!
Right hand.
With the boxing, with the outside fighting, it was one of the differences in the fight that he had that dimension that Bohachuk did not have.
And the new.
What you think of it?
That was a good ass fight.
We expected it to be entertained. Are you not entertained after that fight? I mean, that's exactly what we expected. And you know what? These two guys did not disappoint.
His team said that the fight wasn't going to go past 6 rounds, and look what happened.
You go the distance for the first time in your career. You hit the deck twice. How hard was this fight for you?
Not only did it go a decision, but we put Vergil on the canvas twice.
What do you think of the fight?
It was a hell of a close fight. You know, Bohachuk threw a lot of punches.
Staving off the powerful threat of a seasoned 154-pounder was an officially warm welcome to the super welterweight class. After too many medical false starts at 147.
This illness that very, very rarely ever happens to anyone. It's a rare disease, but it's incredibly dangerous. Called rhabdomyolysis.
Boxing sensation Vergil Ortiz will not be fighting this weekend. Unfortunately, he fainted yesterday during the workout, was hospitalized. The doctors and the commission would not let him fight.
Right before I passed out the last fight, I broke down crying. you know, because I thought that my career was over.
It's a condition that causes a breakdown of muscle tissue, releasing a damaging protein into the blood, possibly damaging the kidneys.
He'll be back. He's a young guy. I'm sure he's going to come back even stronger, probably.
And he'll be back soon.
Yeah, there was a moment where the whole boxing world thought maybe that was the end of Vergil's career, but with the right doctors, the right treatments, he's back, and now he's in line to take over the boxing world.
Boxing with the shine of his golden promoter, Ortiz has matured from boy to man.
When Vergil, when he told us, I'm going to fill up this stadium in Dallas.
You know, Vergil, Texas boy. You know, he's very tough. He's got his, you know, gonna fight, give it his all, you know.
He had a little face, tiny little face. Call up Jerry Jones and say, hey, I got your superstar that's going to fill it up.
Ready to fight best and enhance his credentials. The eye test has been passed with crystal clear vision. Now for the names and titles to match. Linked to the likes of Jaron Boots Ennis and Terrence Crawford.
They're actually in the building tonight with Errol Spence.
Vergil better do his thing against Terrence Crawford.
And Terrence Crawford, both ringside.
I'm looking at you, bud. I'm looking at you.
Vergil now faces a man who has already mingled with that same pay-per-view star. 1 week before Ortiz and Boachuk went to war, Israil Madrimov, the man who would play a part in both of their career stories, fought Crawford to a narrow decision in Los Angeles as division-hopping Bud added a further chapter to his history book.
Madrimov is not a tune-up fight. Madrimov is not a stepping stone fight.
Madrimov, a very strong fighter for Terrence moving up.
Well, now you have Crawford, who is just a couple of months away from his 37th birthday, moving up in weight in his first fight, taking on a guy like this.
I'm sure he could have picked a softer touch, but this just goes to show you what type of champion Terrence Crawford really is, man.
I always said I want to win in everything, and that means that fire is still in my belly to compete in anything. So,
I mean, it was a close fight. It sure was. It was a chess game from the beginning to end.
We knew that Israel's style is not easy for Crawford.
On the back end, those shots. Go take it to Crawford.
Good right there from Madrimov.
He was fighting a 154-pound fighter for the first time. A sturdy, well-schooled 154-pound fighter with an Eastern European training background.
Bully type, strong. Crawford knows how to deal with these type of styles.
It wasn't like disrupting me or anything. He was just patient. He was just feint, and just keep feinting until he get a little closer,
The second round, I think. Oh, nice uppercut.
So he was real patient in there.
He is the new WBA super welterweight.
I just think that Israil Madrimov did enough to at least walk away with a draw. I mean, the decision was really stupid, honestly.
I can imagine it's a draw. Again, I was controlling the fight. I was landing the better shots.
Crawford won the fight, hands down. But we sitting there saying, oh, Madrimov made him there, he's exposing him. Madrimov didn't expose nothing. Madrimov got his behind whooped. He got beat.
Well, I thought it was a good fight, but, I mean, Terrence beat him. I mean, it was a competitive fight, but I didn't think that he won.
Took Terrence the difference, stretched him out to carve out a very close unanimous decision and maintain his unbeaten record.
With a February date against Ortiz in the offing, and Boachuk's war with that same man still fresh on the body clock, it was somewhat startling to see Madrimov and Boachuk matched on December 21.
Well, the card of the Fury Usyk rematch, Israil Madrimov going up against Sergey Boachuk. Madrimov with that narrow loss to Terrence Crawford, and Boachuk suffering a loss to Vergil Ortiz Jr.
It was a big surprise. It was a shock for us for them to announce a future fight for Madrimov, knowing how big of a puncher is Sergey Boachuk.
Do you feel disrespected at all that they're kind of maybe looking past you?
For me, it's like joking. You can't say for next, no.
It was no surprise when this extremely tough interim rumble was canned and normal fight service resumed. With Ortiz training for the fight of his life, Madrimov's illness spared the potential of an upset against one of the sport's most dangerous lower-weight punchers.
Do you believe he has bronchitis? Madrimov, do you believe he has bronchitis?
Hey, I don't know. I'm not doctor. I can't say.
Madrimov's previous dalliance in Saudi resulted in a resounding beatdown in a battle of unbeatens over Magomed Kurbanov.
What a performance, a terrific knockout victory.
Fantastic shot.
I'm feeling great, amazing, this moment is for my life.
And now the WBA Super Welterweight.
Taking to the trenches and burning untainted records is just another day at the office.
Uzbek power. People talk about he's a young Gennady Golovkin. He is the new Gennady Golovkin.
When it comes to glaring statistics, Vergil Ortiz's 95% KO ratio, with only one fight lasting the course, tells its own story for the man who has reunited with trainer Robert Garcia.
We could have easily taken a voluntary title defense because he had the right to do it, but no, Vergil wants to challenge himself against the best.
Love to get in there and bang away.
That's why we're fighting Madrimov, because Madrimov is one of the best.
Turning pro 2 years later in 2018, Madrimov is no slouch in the power department either.
It seems like this might be the round that Gonzalez goes down, but that was...
His 70% KO ratio comes within just 12 fights, adopting the growing strategy of quality over quantity, where big fights are condensed into a smaller time frame.
Yeah, is Madrimov a harder puncher than Spence, you would say?
I don't know. They have their moments, both of them is very strong, but Madrimov was strong.
3 years younger at 26, Ortiz holds a slight reach advantage, allowing those whipping hooks to arrive that little bit closer, and is 1.5 inches taller. Ribs primed for Madrimov's body assaults, some might suggest.
We have a big team, a strong team, that we put in a lot of work together.
No stranger to 10 and 12-round distances, Madrimov, trained by veteran Joe Diaz, has fought 3 more career rounds. Again, testament to Ortiz's finishing instinct.
There he goes down, and that was a jab.
Israil Madrimov's athleticism is way beyond. He decided to do gymnastics. He wanted to be flexible, help him for boxing.
Madrimov up on his toes, showing a lot of movement.
That's why he does backflips and stuff. He's very athletic.
Eager to close the distance and engage, Vergil Ortiz's defenses can be breached and a chin found.
With the right hand of his own. Nice left hook.
The Boachuk blueprint is out there, ready for download and dissemination.
And Ortiz says no.
Of course I won't. I'm feeling him. He is not strong.
Madrimov works from the fundamentals of a sound Soviet schooling, meshed with explosive unpredictability.
Yeah, he had the herky-jerky, the hands moving, and all the feints and stuff like that.
That herky-jerky style, enhanced by fast feet from long range to the target, makes him unorthodox and dangerous.
I know his system. Because he comes from my trainer, Joel Diaz.
Ignore the pain in here. Okay, forget about your foot. When you're in the ring with him, he's so uncomfortable for any fighter.
The feints, sidesteps, and looping hooks from angles of varying degrees make him a tough man to map out. Ortiz's straight shots are especially effective if the Uzbek is front and center to receive them.
Vergil's style is more overwhelming.
He thinks he's got him, and he might have. Back against the ropes. He'll take a knee. Hooker is down.
Vergil throw overhand. He go crazy. Yeah. So it look like he's doing a whole lot.
Ortiz prospers through pressure, forcing opponents into the kitchen, dialing up the heat to boiling point. And yet, in the middle of difficulty lies opportunity. Madrimov has stood with all styles and turned into a diamond under that same coercion.
Well, he's coming off a loss, so he's going to want to try to prove that he's still in the mix.
Speed and movement versus rhythm and timing. Even before we reach the last crescendo, these two proud warriors will set the tempo in their own weight class. Winner stays on, loser may not have to leave town, with both men destined to leave a piece of themselves in the desert following a fistic frenzy.